I'm Amy and I work at Viking Vets, and we're going to try and show you how to give a cat a bath, because many people think that you can't bath a cat, and to be honest most people don't need to, but this is Pearl and she's got a skin condition which means she gets very scabby and very itchy, and it would be really helpful for her if we could give her a bath. So what we have here is just a nice level surface, and we've got a cloth because popping a cat underneath a tap doesn't work very well. They don't like it at all. So one of the best ways to start is to turn on the tap and let the cat get used to the tap for a moment. Make sure it's not too cold and not too hot. We're going to run the cloth under the tap and just very gently stroke it over her fur. It's very helpful if you can get somebody like Maddie here to help you. And if at any point they don't like it, you can always stop for a couple of minutes and let them calm down. But Pearl's very, very good, very, very friendly.
Good girl.
Remember to get the underside as well, but a lot of cats don't like their belly being touched. So this is a medicated shampoo that we're going to use. You should always speak to your vet before using any kind of shampoo on your animals if they've got any kind of problems. You don't want to make them worse. This is one that Pearl's been prescribed. I'm going to run it through my hands and start off just very gently stroking it through. Should always, if you've got a scabby cat, be careful if they've got any areas that are particularly sore or weepy, because they really might not like the soap getting in that part. Okay, so that's Pearl covered in shampoo. We're going to pop her in her carrier for 10 minutes to let it do its work, and then we'll come back and rinse it off. Okay, so we put Pearl in a carrier, as you saw, while the shampoo is on. Just stops them from running around and getting on your furniture and things like that. So we're going to lift them out. It's a good idea to keep an eye on them while they've got their shampoo on, to make sure they haven't groomed it all off, because it can make some of them a little bit drooly. Okay. So we're going to do what we did before. We're going to turn that tap on and let her get used to the tap for a moment. We've soaked a cloth. And we're going to go from the head end. I know. It's best to go from top to bottom, because any detergent from her back region will drip down onto her belly. So we're just going to start up here first.
Good girl.
If your cat won't tolerate having water squeezed, you can just use a wet cloth and stroke them. It might take a little bit longer, that's all. Yeah, remember to wear old clothes, and we've got aprons on and things, because they will shake and cover you in everything. Cats and dogs like to have their feet on a firm surface a lot of the time, so it depends on your cat, but try not to lift them up too much and make them feel unstable and like they haven't got any control. Okay, Maddie, can you see any more soap?
No, belly's
No, no.
tails. Pull up the tail. No, I think that's all washed off.
So Pearl's short-haired, and she hasn't got any mats or any tangles in her coat, so it's absolutely fine to use a very, very finely finely pronged comb to comb her through now, remove some of those loose scabs. But if you have got a long-haired cat, be careful that you don't tug too hard on their coat. Being very careful on any areas that look a bit sore, because otherwise they'll tell you off. But we're being very, very gentle, and in any areas that are particularly scabby, we're certainly not digging that comb in. We're going to let the skin shed them naturally. And if you can't get the whole way through the body, don't worry. You can always do it again at a later date. Okay, so now she's had her bath and her comb, you can see that she's getting a little bit shivery because she's a little bit cold, so we're going to towel her off so she gets nice and dry. Okay, so we've got a really nice big beach towel. Don't just use a little towel. You need to stand them on the towel and just lift those sides up and give them quite a rigorous rub.
If your cat can tolerate it, you can use the hairdryer at a cool, low temperature setting. Probably about 30 centimetres away, and just kind of cover all areas to get it dry quicker, especially in the winter periods. You don't want her going out wet and getting cold there. Good girl, right? Belly time?
Belly time. Yeah, you can get somebody to help you just do the stomach, but they often don't like it very much, so we're just going to do a very quick. Yeah, see? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. And that's Pearl done. We're going to put her back to bed now and let her dry off, have some food.